passing interviews with high-performing companies, it is critically important you understand their business. And I'd like to share with you 3 scenarios where understanding and convincing them that you understand and can do the type of work required in their job description played an essential role here. The first scenario would be a director of branding who got laid off from Google and who ultimately found a job with Netflix in the same type of role of global branding. So long story short, Netflix couldn't care less that he was laid off from Google. He was unemployed. But what they did appreciate about in the candidate is how they pitched the why Netflix. Okay, so why now? How their previous experience makes perfect sense for the type of work involved with Netflix. Okay, so long story short, if you look at your job description, I know many of you have serious question marks about what type of work is involved in that role. And, job descriptions are oftentimes just marketing manifestos. So you'd also want to clarify what they're actually looking for during the screening rounds, when you can ask questions about this type of work in a bit to optimize your chances to convince them that you can do the job, right? So pitching that you have previously done exactly the type of work required for the role will play a significant advantage. The second example, the one of a senior accountant. Okay, I work with many accountants, both in my business but also my clients. And, senior accountant is very hard to make a difference between, hey, what is a good versus a bad accountant? Because when you're a senior accountant, you have some achievements, you have to do the same type of work essentially. However, if you are in a niche, if you work in the same niche, for example, tariffs, okay, if you worked previously in this tariffs business, so to speak, tariff refunds, then if your job description includes that type of work, you could easily pitch that. Hey, you know what, I perfectly understand the business that you're in. Tariff refunds, tariffs, automation is something that I've done before, so I both understand and I've done this type of work previously. So this would be a sufficient reason for them to seriously consider you for the role. So again, the context of understanding the business that they're in is hugely important. And the last example I wanted to share with you, maybe not for such a senior role, would be in AWS. So AWS, many software engineers apply for jobs there. And many people cannot understand that, it's simply not enough that you're a great software engineer to get a role with AWS. Actually, there used to be a saying that any role at AWS is a sales role. Okay, so you must show a little bit of commercialism when applying for these roles. A part, of course, for a subject matter expertise would be a bare minimum, right? And maybe one more example here of how, understanding their business and pitching yourself in this context played also an important role. That of an account manager, same with AWS. Basically, how they pitched this, it was in Honolulu. And how they pitched this was that, hey, both I've been in an account manager with similar attributes in a competing business, but more importantly, I am from Honolulu. Okay, so being a local also will play a significant role into convincing them that not only you understand the business, but also you've done that before, so you have an edge over the competition, right? And last but not least, I like to stress this so it's clear. It is more common than you think for the job description to mislead you on the type of responsibilities that are required for your future role. So I highly recommend you clarify exactly what this role is all about, because if you understand their business, you also have a much better shot at pitching yourself as the best candidate. So I hope you found this useful, and thank you very much for watching.